key engine of growth for the gig economy, driving tremendous innovation, driving tremendous opportunity for a new generation of workers, a new generation of entrepreneurs, a new generation of millennials. And with that comes both opportunities and challenges. So we'll talk a little bit about these opportunities and challenges as we go through today in terms of the discussion. Now, I wanted to share with you three significant themes, three growth factors for the gig economy. And let's just talk about these in a little bit more detail. The transformation of businesses, the rise of millennials, and technological enablement. And each of these have been catalysts to drive and shape the gig economy and the freelancer community. One of the things that's really critical to highlight here is the importance of digital freelancer platforms. Their growth in terms of popularity across Southeast Asia, and these platforms are the source at which many freelancers are turning to. They're turning to these platforms as a way to identify new opportunities for work, new assignments, and then ultimately to connect themselves to opportunities not just in the Philippines or Southeast Asia, but to opportunities around the world. So cross-border is very fundamental to what is providing them an opportunity to be able to bring out their services and to be able to connect in a very secure and seamless way globally. Now, the rise of the millennial freelancer. Why are they choosing to freelance? So PayPal actually did a survey. We did a survey earlier this year, and these are some of the findings that came across the survey. So a few things just to call out when we looked at it. Why do freelancers pursue this? What's the value that they see? It definitely leverages upon their existing skill sets. So there's genuine interest, there's genuine skills that they're trying to tap into. It's the opportunity to pursue a passion that they can make a very focused effort and really give themselves an opportunity to build upon. And of course, an opportunity to make money. That's always very important. And then finally, it's the opportunity to connect what they do and take that and connect it to other people around the world who have a demand for their service. Now, when we looked at this, it was definitely something that we saw that resonated across all of these markets. And just to highlight a few of the points, when we looked at this in terms of why this was such a critical area, and I'll share with you some of the stats that we saw. Now, what makes this possible? It's the ability to connect a freelancer and bridge them. The bridge to connect them to services, to companies, to businesses around the world. And what makes that possible? So let's just take a look at some of the key data points here. And 80% of freelancers participate and have used a freelance platform in Southeast Asia. So really significant. Now, if we looked at this data a little bit more, just in the Philippines, for example, 58% of the freelancer community receives their work through such a platform. So really significant and really important because these freelancers are leveraging upon these platforms, they're leveraging upon the social platforms, social influencers, to be able to go and access these tools. Now, when we looked at what's coming in the future, 75% of these users will continue to use these platforms. They will use these platforms to connect to services around the world, but also to look for more opportunities. Now, what makes this possible? And this is really critical. And this is something that PayPal's been very focused on over the last several years in terms of being able to connect and provide value to these freelancers. PayPal is actually the most popular payment method across Southeast Asia among the freelancer community. So that's key. And this is something we've been very committed to in terms of being able to provide them with services that they need, the ability to have credibility as a freelancer, the ability to have a safe and secure platform from which they can transact. Now, 76% of the payments are from international clients that use PayPal. So key thing. So when I just highlighted, we talked about security, we talked about the ease of use, we talked about withdrawal, and ultimately speed. So these are all factors in terms of the freelancers community and addressing their needs. Now, when we looked at this in a little bit more detail, we talked about the opportunities and challenges faced by the freelancer community across Southeast Asia. Some of the facts that I think are worth calling out in the survey that we looked at were, the flexibility to be able to choose the work they want to do. A freelancer wants not just to be doing a job or a role that's just a transition role, but really this is an opportunity to pursue a career choice, a lifestyle choice, and to be aligned to their career interests, their interests as an individual and as a business, and to be able to connect those with like-minded platforms and services around the world. Some of the things that we'll also just highlight. Payment issues. One of the key challenges for freelancers is around the challenges of not being paid. Now, this is a key issue. This is often a prevailing attitude towards the freelancer community. And how do they address this, right? So it's an important issue for the community to be able to build and elevate their status as a freelancer. And this is something that we, from a technology perspective, from a payments perspective, saw ourselves being able to enable and empower the freelancer community and to give them that credibility. And that was very key. Now, just to talk about where PayPal sits in this, as I highlighted, we started this journey back in 2014. And we saw the freelancer segment, we identified this segment as a key area and a way that I've highlighted that we serve as an international bridge for freelancers and businesses around the world. Now, one of the key areas that we saw is being able to provide that credibility, to be able to provide those transactions, and to be able to facilitate cross-border commerce. To be able to facilitate that and to be able to empower that freelancer and ultimately the gig economy. Now, there are 5 things that we highlighted here. Access to global platforms, access to their funds, quick access to their funds, access to the digital economy, access to a multi-channel platform, and ultimately a safe and secure way. And some of the things that we do from this perspective is being able to provide things such as buyer and seller protection for that freelancer. So they're able to conduct themselves in a secure way, they're able to conduct and seek opportunities globally, and to be able to empower themselves and to have that credibility. Now, just to go a little bit more specific into the Philippines, a couple of points that I just wanted to call out. In the Philippines, freelancers are obviously very significant and an important component of the economy. There's a strong millennial slant in the Philippines. 74% of the freelancer community is aged between 24 and 39. So really significant, strong millennial component. And again, when we talk about why millennials are focused on this as a segment and as a priority, it's autonomy, right? It's not just lifestyle, it's the ability to be empowered. And this is very aligned, again, what you see in terms of what's happening from a digital perspective in the Philippines. Again, consumers are going online, access to digital services, and this is a natural extension to be able to leverage what they're doing online and to be able to be much more connected and to have a career choice that aligns to that. So with these digital natives, we're finding that these millennials have limitless information at their fingertips. And with that, are able to pursue a freelancer career. Now, one of the things that PayPal's done, and we started this last year, was really about having a freelancer community program to be able to partner with stakeholders and influencers in this space, and wanted to highlight some of the new stakeholders and the new partners we'll have on the Freelancer Community Program. We have Jason, Anton, and Manuel, and they'll be part of our continued Freelancer Community Program. They'll be part of what PayPal brings to the extended community through blogs, webinars, and workshops. And as we continue to grow the Freelancer program, it will definitely come with an approach to engage the next generation of freelancers, to empower these freelancers, and we'll use these tools in partnership with Jason and Anton and Manuel to be able to connect and provide those resources and tools to the freelancer community. Now, with that, I wanted to, first of all, thank you for that. I'm going to invite Annalisa, and then we'll shift towards the panel discussion. And Annalisa, thank you.